Do we lack community here?
Do we like?
Lack.
What do you
What's
mean
here?
here?
Yeah.
In
what's
the
here?
United States?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, we do.
Nah, I think that there are certain. It depends on the culture, because.
But that's why I'm saying.
So we have to define we.
Yeah,
we have to define here.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me rephrase that.
Who's we?
As I identify as an African. I'm an immigrant, but I identify as an African American.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Mm.
My ancestorship just stopped a little bit earlier. So as an African American, when we're trying to get to a goal, right, and we need the support, right, whether it's time.
Yeah.
I'm taking the college classes, and I have 2 kids. Who's gonna watch my kids? Because daycare is expensive. If you have smaller kids, or if I'm trying to get to my next goal, I need somebody to watch it. Do we have that support system that allows us to get to the next step?
As culturally Caribbean raised and born, we have that community, but I don't see it in my true bred African American, born and bred Southern or Northern, Midwestern African American friends. We don't have that community, because to me, how I define community and that what you're talking about is, firstly, not getting kicked out the house at 18. Growing
Talk
up,
about it.
Damn.
Growing up,
Talk about
when
it.
I moved to America, and my friends were like, "Oh, when I go to college and this, and I can't really come back home." When I went to college, though, I don't really want to go back home, and my mom's like saying I gotta leave. Da da da. I didn't have that experience. My mom, till this day, like not putting my business out there, but I was in a relationship when I moved to Atlanta, and we broke up, and she was like, okay, well, you should come home. I mean, I didn't want to go back to Stafford, but I had the option. I still have the options to this day.
Exactly.
That's wild.
They were thinking about buying a home in Conyers, and they were like, well, you can live in the basement. And it never, I mean, granted, I don't want to live with my parents. I like my freedom.
Right.
But the offer always stands. My stepfather has 2 grown kids. They can always come home.
In like knowledge and family.
Yeah.
That shit is like vibranium. Like, that shit
Yeah. It's so rich.
It's such a value.
Yeah. And it's actually easy to do.
And save your money.
Yeah.
Yes.
Being
The
able to
simple
have
fact.
someone to watch your children without having to think that they are going to corrupt your children's mind, and who's are they really
I try
watching
so hard
them?
not to think of like how much money I would have saved if I stayed. Like it's just gonna make me upset. Like because Austin and I, that's how we met. We had a very similar story where we were basically on our own in college. We was just figuring it out, right? We 2 young black men, boys becoming men, right? We just out of high school. I'm 17, and we just trying to figure this shit out. And we know damn sure we don't want to go back home, because that's just a toxic relationship between our parents. So it's like it's not even a safe environment to thrive. So we didn't really have a choice to go home at the time. We had to figure life out. That sucks.
Yeah.
It really sucks.
Yeah, that's an experience for a lot of people. It's something that I don't relate to, because I don't have it. It makes me so proud of what
Yeah.
my family is. Like, my level of family, I'm starting to realize like how big it is as I get older. Because when you meet people from walks of life, some
Yep. You start to compare and contrast.
Yeah.
You're like, yo, shit. Got it good.
It's privilege.
even down to like
It is.
relationships, like intimate relationships.
Yes.
Dating somebody. Like,
Yes.
having to explain like to my wife, like there's certain things that you have there's certain people that you have to meet
Yeah.
in order for this to like
Work.
Right.
Yeah, no, for this
Like
relationship
checkpoints,
to like,
it's checkpoints.
yeah.
Is she
Checkpoints.
Caribbean or she?
she's Guyana and Asian.
Oh, really? So
nice.
she knows. She knows.
Yeah,
Her
exactly.
father's from Barbados. Her mom's from Guyana. That's so typical.
Yeah, and it's like even for her, it's like I understand. It's like, okay, I'm going to your house for the first time. Your family's here. Okay, I know what this is. Like your dad is here. Your dad's
It's like, oh, I know this.
Yeah,
this
I
is
know
that,
what
this
this
is that me.
Yeah, I know.
Let
we
me
playing
put my
dominoes.
suit on real quick.
Right. I know we playing dominoes and drinking rum. Like,
What's so beautiful about it is it's such a common language that you have to be in it to understand, because even when I sit down as someone who's dating this man's daughter, and I start telling him where I'm from, I'm like, okay, I'm from New York, I'm from Jamaica, blah, blah, blah. seen some of them.
Yeah.
Coming to my house, and he's like, I'm watching you, but I'm not. There's not much. Yeah. There's not much watch. Yeah. There's not much to watch. That's understandable. That is understandable, and it's hard to explain that to being in a relationship with somebody and explaining that, and then it comes back to I think like even explaining like I
need to have a separate episode on finances and relationships. That's
and even understanding like financial habits. Like the young man I was with when I moved out here, he's Ethiopian, and they have different financial habits. I'm sure, and and he moved here when he was 3, so he doesn't really know much like Ethiopian culture, but growing up in the house, it's different. It's a different kind of thing. Yeah. So I
mean, as American transplants,
right?
We have a duality, right, where we are part of the bigger African American community, but then we each have our own.
We got our own flavor.
Our own sect. Yes, as Caribbean, we have commonalities, but then you get into the culture, right?
Are you Trini, Haitian,
Jamaicans, and then there'll be like so there's. Black people
who make the best
so much culture.
Who got the best rice and peas? Who got the best curry?
See, and that's the thing. Haitian don't have curry, right?
Yeah. No,
we don't do curry. We don't do
but
curry.
Y'all do a good black rice. So I'm not gonna hold you.
Shoot.
Haven't tried Haitian food?
I haven't tried it. I've tried a few times.
What?
No, I haven't.
Oh my
God! Let me go.
You gotta get me right.
I gotta go.
And it's crazy, right? And it's crazy because, like, on the food topic, I'm a big mac and cheese girl, but Haitians, they got it. They got it in the bag. And I love a good macaroni pie.
Sounds
from
like
Barbados,
you're gonna be cooking for my Friendsgiving. That's what I'm hearing.
I was thinking about the dish, but that's
absolutely. We'll talk. We'll talk.
Okay,
yeah. So wrapping it up though, y'all. I love this conversation. I wish we can go on for more than we're going on for. But